Hear me out. Picture this. On a regular afternoon, you and a good friend of yours receive a mysterious online invitation from an organization in supernatural affairs. They're asking you to go on a week-long expedition in the Backrooms to collect footage for them. And in return, you'll each receive a large amount of cash if either of you make it back alive via reaching their camp. They'll give you a comprehensive briefing and sufficient equipment for the expedition if you accept. Confirm that the organization is legit through some research. Well, you think, why not? This doesn't seem to be too hard, and plus you'll get a lot of money from doing this. So the two of you, like horror movie protagonists, accept the invitation, and after necessary preparations, officially set out on the expedition. However, halfway through your trip, due to a lapse in your judgment, both of you are attacked by an entity, and your friend gets incapacitated via injuries to both of their legs. You are unable to carry them and all of your equipment through the rest of the expedition. There is no way to contact external emergency services here in the Backrooms, and you also lost your only communication device to the organization's personnel to the entity. If you choose to carry your friend, your journey would be slowed, and you would also have to abandon much of your equipment to account for their weight, which might make it so that neither of you survive. If you choose to leave your friend behind, you'll likely be able to reach the destination, and if you are fast enough, maybe the personnel there would be able to send out help, but your friend would likely die in this period of time to the entities because they cannot walk on their own or defend themselves. Now the question is, would you choose to carry your friend or continue on your own? Now we can look at the situation through the lens of a few different theories of normative ethics, which is a branch of philosophy that establishes standards for how people should act and whether an action is right or wrong. One of these theories that you might have heard before is utilitarianism, which argues that an action is morally right if it produces the greatest overall good or the least amount of harm for the greatest number of people. In this situation, a utilitarian would argue that leaving your friend behind is the morally correct choice because it maximizes the expected survival rate, it preserves at least one life, which is your life, and even a small chance of rescue adds positive utility. Meanwhile, carrying your friend has a high chance of resulting in 2 deaths, and leaving them behind has a high chance of only 1 death instead of 2. And from a strictly numerical standpoint, 1 death is preferable to 2. Also, regarding the cash that you would get at the end of this expedition, if you survive, money only matters instrumentally for utilitarians. It is only valuable because of what it can do. The downside of this view is that it can feel cold or inhuman, as it allows or even requires abandoning someone you love if doing so improves overall outcomes. Now, on the flip side of that, we have deontology, which is an ethical theory that judges the morality of an action based on rules or duties and not on the outcome. In this situation, a deontologist would argue that you must not abandon your friend even if doing so risks both of your lives. Because you have a moral duty to aid others in extreme need, abandonment violates respect for human dignity, and moral worth lies in intentions and not outcomes. In any case, you should not treat your friend as a tool to be discarded for your own survival. Now, of course, the downside to this is that you might both die, which, many people might find unreasonable, especially if you survive until the end, you would be able to get cash. Well, now that we've seen both sides of the argument, what would you do in a situation like this?